Kansas task force meets to tackle issues in the youth correction system after the death of a 17-year-old in police custody. Sean Logan has more.
To move this work forward in our community.
There's a big task before this group to look at issues of juveniles and foster care, corrections, and law enforcement.
Need to have a microscope on them. We need to look at what goes on inside these facilities. How do young people feel about these practices? How can we change these practices so they're no longer harmful?
Thursday, the community task force developed following Cedric Lofton's death in September began to lay out the groundwork.
A lot of people in this community that really care about what happened and that are really concerned about making some systemic changes around the table, and we're going to have some very open and honest discussions.
The nearly 20 members will take a close look at Lofton's case to see what can be learned from it. That will include a review of the policies and procedures at the Juvenile Intake and Assessment Center.
This death should not have happened, and we want to prevent anything like this ever happening again to anybody in our communities.
As this task force gets going, they also made mental health and hearing from teens and young adult voices priorities as they set out to develop their recommendations.
I think as a young person who works with other young people lived experience in this system, it's very meaningful to me that young people were incorporated. It is kind of lonely being one of two young people on the task force with somewhat lived experience, and so I like the idea that we'll have the option to bring young people in later on.
Again, that was Sean Logan reporting. Still ahead.